Okay, this one is a goodie and a quickie. Right, I wrote it down so I could remember exactly what it was. I just found out a friend of mine has been talking about me behind my back. I don't get it. Why would she do this to me, and what do I do about it? Well, that's a really simple one. She's a gossip. How did this happen? You gave her that information. Well, A, she wasn't your friend in the first place, so let's just get rid of that title. B, she's a gossip. Now, you will have known she's a gossip. The only difference is you will have only known she's a gossip from the point of view as she will have brought all that juicy gossip to you. The problem is, most of us don't realise that gossip is a two-way door. If somebody is bringing gossip to you about other people, they are also taking gossip about you to other people. Because if they find it acceptable to bring gossip about their other friends to you, then they will obviously find it acceptable to bring gossip about you to their other friends. Because that's just who they are. So you gave her the permission, you gave her the authority, and you gave her the information to begin with. The problem is, you quite enjoyed getting the gossip in, like we all do, but you don't accept that then she's going to then take your gossip back to them as well. And when you learn that lesson, it can be a pretty tough one. What do you do about it? Well, you can do one of two things. You can either not be friends with her anymore, or you can move on with the understanding she is a gossip, so you just don't give her that information anymore. Essentially, the only way to target against gossips is to not accept the gossip coming in. Make a stand, hold a boundary. Say, no, don't you go bringing that gossip to my door. I'm not interested. Cut it out completely. Cut out gossip from your life. Don't listen to it, don't take it in, and don't give it out. That's essentially it. And if you can hold that boundary, you won't surround yourself by people that think it's acceptable to take stuff you tell them and tell it to other people. It's not always easy, and I trip up all the time with this because gossip's fun, right? Everybody wants to know who's doing what, where, with who, when, because it's entertaining, it's interesting. And there's kind of a currency in it. But the problem with it is it's reciprocal. It's a two-way door. And as soon as you understand that, and you can identify the people who gossip, and you can identify and protect yourself from that. I'm not saying you need to not be friends with anybody that gossips. What I'm saying is, if you are friends with people that move information in that way, don't give them any information of any significance. Save that for the people you can truly trust. And think very carefully. We are too quick to share information with anyone and everybody. I'm not talking online, I'm talking about within our friend communities, within our groups. You can basically blurt out to any listening ear that you say is your friend without them having earned the right to that information in the first place. And the way they earn the right to that information is by building trust. And that can take a long time. And you shouldn't trust anybody who is loose with other people's information, because that means they're not trustworthy. It's not something most people kind of acknowledge, really. It's not something you'd ever think about, because you think, well, she's my friend. She must be my friend because, look, she's bringing me all these people's secrets and telling them to me. It's like you do it in the playground. You whisper together. But the problem is that means she's not, or he, or whoever it is. That means that person doesn't value those secrets as secrets. And so if they don't value that information, then they're not going to value your information. So they're going to end up talking about you too, if you give them the ammunition in the first place. So just be a tiny bit more aware of what you're telling to who, and also what you're accepting from others. That's the trick. Don't let it in, don't give it out. But the boundaries we hold with people are loose at best normally. And I think a lot of people don't value their own friendship. You don't hold yourself in high enough esteem to hold boundaries with friends. Essentially, a lot of people, I think, feel they have to keep friends. And that's another problem. This is all back to being good enough again. This is all back to having self-worth. You worry that you're not good enough for them, and that if you don't do something that pleases them or tell them your deepest, darkest secrets, then they may not want to be friends with you anymore, because why would they want to be friends with you if you don't give them this information? What's good about you if you don't have all these extras added on? But actually give yourself a bit more credit than that. Kind of pick and choose who your friends are. It's not about having 100,000 friends. It's about having a handful of people you can really, truly trust. That's much better in the end. I mean, everybody likes to have loads of friends. Everybody likes to be popular. But at the end of the day, your friends, your real friends, are the ones that will come out at 2 a.m. for you. They're the ones that you can trust with anything. And the ones that you can pick up and drop off after years, potentially, and yet still be exactly where you were when you left off. You don't have to prove yourself in everyday terms to those people. And they don't need to be everybody, but they are the ones that you tell your deepest, darkest secrets to. They are the ones that you lean on, and they lean on you. You don't tell the things you don't want spread around the office to anybody at work. You don't tell anything you wouldn't want on social media to anybody that is not in that inner circle. Essentially, if you don't give it out, they can't pass it on. And unless you have that consciously in your head, I'm not saying you need to be incredibly suspicious and incredibly cynical of everybody and not share anything with anyone, but just be a tiny bit aware. People show you who they are. It's whether you listen and see or not. That's the crux of it. It's whether you see that. So look at the people that are your friends. Look at who they are. What they do is who they are. So if they bring gossip to you, they will be taking it away as well. That's essentially it. And hold your own boundaries. It's not about being treated by other people in a certain way. It's about you allowing yourself to be treated in a certain way. I've certainly found it a lot easier to get through life once I've decided I'm not going to listen to gossip. So much simpler. Not so interesting, but so much simpler. I hope that was helpful. Office gossip. This is a great one. And I can't remember who it was that told me this, but it makes me chuckle every single time, and I'm waiting for the day to use it. Essentially, if you have an office gossip, who comes to you all the time with, oh, guess who said this or that or the other, and you kind of want to separate yourself from that. Next time they come and say, la 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 la, about this person or that person, look them straight in the face and go, I'll tell you said that, and then get back on with your work. And honest to God, they will never come and give you gossip again. Don't forget, if you've got anything you want to add, or an insight of your own, or a question you want me to try and answer if I can, leave it in the comments below, and like and subscribe my channel, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.